My neighbor's garden is a jungle. It's like stepping into a tropical paradise, with every plant thriving and reaching for the sky. The leaves are a deep, healthy green, and the air is filled with the scent of blooming flowers. It's a sight to behold, a true testament to the wonders of nature. Lush, vibrant, bursting with life, every corner of his garden is a riot of colors and textures. The flowers are in full bloom, their petals open wide to the sun. The bees and butterflies flit from blossom to blossom, adding to the sense of vitality. It's a living, breathing masterpiece. Mine? Let's just say it resembles a retirement home for wilting lettuces. The plants are drooping, their leaves yellowing and curling at the edges. The soil is dry and cracked, a stark contrast to the lush greenery next door. It's a sad sight, a garden in decline. I was convinced he had a secret weapon, maybe some kind of magical fertilizer or a special spray that made his plants grow like crazy. I imagined him sneaking out at night armed with his mysterious gardening tools, working his magic while the rest of us slept. Maybe he whispered sweet nothings to his sunflowers or played Mozart to his marigolds. I could picture him serenading his plants, coaxing them to grow with his soothing voice and classical tunes. It seemed like the only explanation for his garden's incredible success. One scorching afternoon, I finally cracked. The sun was beating down and my plants were wilting before my eyes. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to know his secret. I had to find out what he was doing that I wasn't. I marched next door and confessed my horticultural envy. I told him how I admired his garden, how I wished mine could be half as beautiful. I asked him to share his secrets, to help me turn my sad little plot into a thriving oasis. My neighbor chuckled, "Buddy, you're drowning your plants." He explained that I was giving them too much water, that I was smothering them with my overzealous care. It was a revelation, a moment of clarity. Drowning? But I watered every single day. I thought I was doing the right thing, making sure they never went thirsty. But in my eagerness to help, I was actually harming them. I was giving them too much of a good thing. More isn't always better, he winked. Let me show you the ways of water wisdom. He taught me how to water my plants properly, how to give them just the right amount of moisture. It was a lesson in balance, in finding the sweet spot between too much and too little. And slowly but surely my garden began to thrive. Turns out I'd fallen victim to the classic overwatering blunder. I thought I was doing my plants a favor, showering them with love and water every day. Little did I know I was slowly drowning them. I treated my plants like they were marathon runners, constantly needing a deluge. Every morning I would pour water over them, thinking more was better. I imagined them thriving, but in reality they were struggling. But just like us, plants need time to breathe. They need a balance of water and air in the soil to stay healthy. Too much water fills up the air spaces in the soil, leaving the roots gasping for air. Overwatering suffocates the roots, leading to yellow leaves, stunted growth, and a generally miserable disposition. My once vibrant plants started to look sickly, their leaves turning yellow and their growth stunted. It was heartbreaking to see. My neighbor showed me how to check the soil. Stick your finger in, he instructed, up to the first knuckle. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it feels like a wet sponge, back off the watering can. This simple test was a game changer. I started to adjust my watering frequency based on the soil moisture rather than a fixed schedule. It made a world of difference. He then introduced me to the wonders of drainage. Proper drainage is crucial for healthy plants. Without it, water can accumulate at the bottom of the pot, leading to root rot. No plant wants to sit in a puddle, he declared, pointing to the drainage holes in his pots. These holes allow excess water to escape, preventing waterlogging and keeping the roots healthy. I realized that good drainage was just as important as proper watering. I decided to repot my plants, adding a layer of gravel at the bottom of each pot to improve drainage. It was a bit of extra work, but the results were worth it. My plants started to recover, their leaves turning green again, and their growth picking up. Now, my plants are thriving. They have vibrant green leaves and are growing beautifully. I've learned that taking care of plants is about finding the right balance. Too much of anything, even water, can be harmful. It's all about moderation and paying attention to their needs. So if you're a plant parent like me, remember to give your plants some breathing room. Check the soil moisture, ensure proper drainage, and most importantly, listen to your plants. They'll tell you what they need if you pay attention. Overwatering is a common pitfall for eager gardeners. We shower our plants with love and water, hoping for miraculous growth spurts. But too much of a good thing can be detrimental. Overwatering deprives roots of oxygen, making them susceptible to root rot and fungal diseases. Think of it this way. Imagine being forced to wear a soaking wet sock for days on end. Not a pleasant thought, right? Your plants feel the same way about soggy soil. Spotting the signs. Underwatering, on the other hand, leaves your plants parched and wilting. But here's the tricky part. Sometimes plants can be a tad dramatic. A little midday droop doesn't always signal a water emergency. It could simply be their way of saying it's a bit warm out in it. Check the soil before you reach for the watering can. Dry to the touch, time for a drink, still slightly damp. Hold your horses, they're just being dramatic. Timing is everything. When to water your garden. Watering your garden isn't a one-size-fits-all affair. Different plants have different needs. But as a general rule, it's best to water in the morning or evening. Why? Because during the heat of the day, water evaporates faster than a dropped ice cream cone on a summer sidewalk. Watering in the morning gives your plants a refreshing drink before the sun's glare kicks in. Evening watering allows the moisture to seep deep into the soil, reaching thirsty roots. Deep drenches and mulch magic. In this section, we will explore the transformative power of deep watering and the incredible benefits of using mulch in your garden. When you water, water deeply. This means allowing the water to penetrate several inches into the soil, reaching the root zone where it is most needed. Don't just give the surface a quick sprinkle. A light watering only wets the top layer of soil, which can evaporate quickly and doesn't benefit the plant roots. Encourage those roots to grow deep by giving them a good soaking. Deep roots are more resilient and can access water and nutrients from deeper in the soil, making your plants stronger and healthier. Aim for the base of the plant, avoiding splashing water on the leaves, which can lead to scorching or fungal diseases. Watering the leaves can also promote the growth of mold and mildew, which can harm your plants. And now for my favorite gardening secret weapon, mulch. Mulch is an essential component of any healthy garden. Think of mulch as a cozy blanket for your soil. It provides a protective layer that shields the soil from harsh weather conditions and helps maintain a stable environment for your plants. It helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. By keeping the soil moist, mulch reduces the need for frequent watering, saving you time and effort. Plus, it looks rather dashing. A well-mulched garden bed not only benefits your plants, but also enhances the overall appearance of your garden, giving it a neat and polished look. There are many types of mulch to choose from, including organic options like wood chips, straw, and compost, which also add nutrients to the soil as they decompose. Over time, organic mulch breaks down and improves soil structure, promoting healthy root growth and increasing the soil's ability to retain water and nutrients. By combining deep watering techniques with the strategic use of mulch, you can create a thriving garden that is both beautiful and sustainable. Weathering the storm, adjusting to Mother Nature. Let's face it, the weather can be a fickle friend. One minute it's pouring cats and dogs, the next it's hotter than a chili cook-off. Your watering routine should adapt accordingly. During rainy spells, your plants might not need any additional watering. Check the soil to be sure. In scorching heat, they'll appreciate a more frequent sip. Remember, observe, adjust, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty or at least slightly damp. Listen to your plants. They'll tell you what they need. Here's the thing about plants. They're pretty good at letting you know what they need. You just have to learn their language. Wilting leaves could be thirst. Yellowing leaves might be overwatering. Pay attention to the subtle cues your plants are giving you. Feel the soil, observe their growth, and adjust your watering accordingly. Think of it as a silent conversation between you and your leafy companions. Happy hydrated garden leads to happy you. Mastering the art of watering takes a bit of practice, but trust me, it's worth it. By understanding your plant's needs and responding accordingly, you'll be rewarded with a thriving, vibrant garden. Remember, water wisely, observe closely, and don't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe to our channel Garden Pros Enable the notify button, like, share and comment. Happy gardening, cheers!